There are whispers, murmurs that have echoed through small towns for decades, of a house that defies reason and eludes understanding. A house that appears out of nowhere, its origins a mystery, and its destination unknown. It's said to shift its very location, changing from one moment to the next, vanishing without a trace. And despite all attempts to track it, no one knows where it'll show up next. Yet, the stories endure, passed down by those who have seen it with their own eyes, and perhaps by those who never should have. The house is always the same, a two-story Victorian structure, its windows glowing faintly, beckoning the curious or the lost. It's said to emerge on desolate roads, tucked away in places that feel too far from home, hidden in the forgotten corners of towns where the air is unnaturally still and the shadows seem too deep. On the surface, it's the kind of house you might write off as a mere oddity, a remnant of another time, lost to history. But for those brave or foolish enough to approach, the house reveals its true nature, a place of darkness, something far more unsettling than any simple anomaly. According to those who've tried and failed to find it again, the Vanishing House is immune to the logic of modern technology. It refuses to appear on maps, and GPS systems only show static when you try to pinpoint its coordinates. And once you leave it behind, you cannot return. It's gone as soon as you look away. The land it occupies does not remain long after the house vanishes, retreating into an empty, overgrown field, as though it was never there to begin with. No foundations, no remnants, just the absence of everything that was once so real. The most disturbing part of the legend, however, is what happens to those who step inside. No matter how much time has passed, no matter the state of the decay the outside world may suffer, the house itself remains eerily pristine. The furniture is arranged in perfect order, the chandeliers still swaying gently, but it all feels wrong. The air inside is thick, heavy with the sense of being watched. There is something there with you, something that you cannot see, but you feel it. The rooms, though well kept, feel oddly out of sync with the world around them, as if they exist outside of time itself. Those who have dared to enter speak of strange phenomena. The walls seem to close in around them, the shadows that linger just beyond the edges of their vision, never fully materializing. Some claim to hear it, a whisper, faint and barely audible, coming from somewhere deep within the house. When they follow the sound, they are met with nothing, just silence, thick and unnatural, broken only by the sound of their own breath. But the horrors do not end there. Other accounts speak of figures, tall, shadowed shapes, that stand motionless at the top of stairs or behind closed doors. These figures are always draped in clothing from another era, their faces obscured by darkness, but their smiles unmistakable. They smile too wide, their mouths stretching far too far, revealing rows of sharp teeth that glint in the dim light. Those who have seen these figures can feel a strange pressure, a growing unease that crawls beneath their skin. As the figures move, it's as if they're part of the house itself, bound to it in some unknowable way. Perhaps the most chilling of all is the legend that the house doesn't let you leave. The door, once so close, seems to pull away as you approach, the hallway stretching endlessly in front of you, trapping you within its walls. And when at last you think you've escaped, it's already too late. The house has vanished once more, leaving only the overgrown field behind. Those who return to the site of their encounter find nothing. No sign, no trace of what they witnessed. No one else will believe them. But even if you escape the house, the nightmare doesn't end. People report strange occurrences following their departure. Photographs of their past lives begin to warp. Faces blur, memories twist, and the timeline of their existence grows fractured. Events they once held dear begin to feel distant, as if they were never real to begin with. Conversations start to fade, and people start feeling like they are losing themselves, like the house has taken something from them, something essential to who they are. And then there's the whisper, the final lingering horror. For those who have seen The Vanishing House, the voice will never truly leave. It's a whisper, quiet and almost imperceptible, echoing in their minds long after they've returned to the safety of their own homes. It's always there, creeping just behind them, or rising from the depths of their consciousness, telling them, next time you won't resist. The truth of the Vanishing House remains a mystery. What is it? A trick of the mind? A snare for the lost souls that wander through life, disconnected and broken? A malevolent force shifting through time and space, hunting for new victims? Or is it something far worse, something beyond our understanding, warping reality to lure those unlucky enough to cross its path? One thing is certain: once you've encountered it, once you've seen the Vanishing House, there is no escape. You may leave its walls, but it will follow you. It will wait, and it will return, and you will never truly be free from its reach. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, I truly appreciate your support. Consider subscribing to the channel. If this story resonated with you, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you made it all the way to the end, let me know by commenting home below. That's it for this one. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay safe, stay spooky. Goodbye.